Hello friends, so today we can discuss the first 4 problems from the latest AdCoder Beginner Contest 180. I was unable to put these videos earlier, but I have solved 5 problems now. So I will post the 4 problems in this video and the fifth problem will be in the next video. So stay tuned. And the first 2 problems are very simple. I'll just go through them. I don't need to show the code. We are given or we have to remove a balls from a box that contain n balls. So there is box which contain n like a balls, and then you put b balls. So there's a box which has a balls. So you take out a balls and then you put b balls. Then how many balls are there? So like n minus a plus b. So it's very simple. Second problem is you are given a multi-dimensional point or like a point in multi-dimensional space, n dimensional space, as you can see. So because it's n dimensional, you have n coordinates, and you have to find out the Manhattan distance, Euclidean distance, and the Cherenkov distance for this point. So this is the formula from the origin. So if the origin, so it's 0, like all the points are 0, like the coordinate 0, and this is the coordinate which you have to find out, the distance from origin to this point. So it's just that you have to apply these formulas. So if you are given like x1 till xn, so just put out the first formula in this, the second in this, and third in this. So you get all the distances. You just have to take care of the you have to do this in double, because this can be done in integer and this is also integer, but because you do an under root here, so it will be in double. So that's also very simple. C problem is, it's a very standard problem. It's like, if you know this, it will come to your mind very intuitively, in which you have n cream puffs and you have to find out all possible number of people to which you can evenly distribute the cream puff without cutting them. What it means by this is, as you can see, if you have, let's assume that you have 6 cream puffs and you have to divide them. Now I said that okay, divide them among 5 people. How can you divide 6 cream puffs among 5 people? You have to like somehow divide them, because everyone will get equal amount of cream puff. And if you have 5 people, how can you divide 6 cream puffs into 5 people? But if you have 1 people, you can give all of them the cream puffs. If you have 2, if you have 3, if you have 6, so it's actually mean that you have to find out the factors of 6. That's how like you can divide any number, like a number to its factor, then only you can divide that number without any like dividing it or actually cutting it. So you just have to find out the factors of all those numbers, as you can see. So it's very simple. You can just find out all the factors in login. Okay, so how so how you can find out, I'll tell you. So yeah, so if you are given that some number, let's assume that you have number, let's assume 60, then what you can do, you can find out, because every number every number which divide this number have its complement. What I mean by this is, let's assume that if 1 divide this 60, then if I divide 60 by 1, then it is 60. So then 60 also divided. Okay, then if 2 divide this number, then 2 divided by 60 means 30. So 30 will also divide it. Okay, so if 3 divide this number, then 20 will also divide it. So if I know one number, I can also find out another number. If just I divide this number by this number. If if 5 divide this number, then 12 is also divide this number. Okay, and if like 4 divide this number, so 4, yeah, so you can find out the other number also. So as you can see, like there are a lot of like 6 divided this number, 10 is also number. So if you find out one stream of numbers, then you can find out the other stream also. So you just have to find out I equal to 1 till I into I less than equal to n. Okay, and I plus plus. You have to iterate over these values. So if I, or like if you've given n, if n mod I is equal to 0, which means that if this I number, which we are assuming that this is the factor of n, which is 60, if this is 0, which means that it is a factor, then one factor is n divided by I and the other number is I, because I is a factor. So one factor is I and the other factor is n divided by I. So it's a very simple code, like it's a very standard to find out the factors of a number. You can also like go on Geeks for Geeks or any standard platform and find out that this is a very standard like method to find out the factors of a number. So I'll take on to the code part now to make it more clear. So as you can see, yeah, so as you can see the question, in this question you are given, so yeah, so one more thing here is Where is the code? Yeah, this is the question. Because the factors will be not be sorted, maybe like because you are first pushing 1 and then 60, so 230, 320, so on. So you have to also in the question statement that you have to operate in the increasing order, okay, ascending order. So you have to also sort them out. So this is the OK function which will find out all the factors and it will store in this vector of answers. So this OK function will take the input of n, iterate from 1 till I square into less than equal to n. If I is a factor, then the first factor is I and the other is n minus I. Okay, there can be a case that both of them are equal. If both of them are equal, you have to only single count it. So just push out, like push them any one of them. But if both of them are unequal, then push both of them. And then that's how you can count out the factors of any number. And then you have to sort them. After forming or like storing out this answer, you will sort out this answer and just output this answer. So it's a very simple problem. Okay, so now if you still have any doubts, you can like contact me on our Telegram channel. The fourth problem is, it's a good problem in which you are given that like you have some pet. Okay, the pet has two things or like two factors, or what you can say, Takahashi's STR and experience. So it's a strength and experience. So the pet has some strength and experience. Initially the strength is X and the experience is 0. So initially the pet has 0 experience and X amount of strength. Now you can do some training to the pet. If you go to this Kakumon gym, then the strength will multiply by A. So if the initial strength is X, then it will multiply by A and so on, and the experience will increase by 1. So every time when you go to this gym, the strength will multiply by A and the experience will increase by 1. Or else if you go to add quarter gym, the strength will increase by B. The first one multiply by A and the second one is increased by B, and then the experience will also increase by 1. So in both of these cases, experience will increase by 1, but the strength will multiply in 1, and in the other it's like addition. And then Takahashi's like evolves when its strength becomes Y or greater. So as you can see, Takahashi is like the pet name is Takahashi. It will evolve when the strength becomes Y or greater. Now the thing here is, but the like Aroha thinks that it make him less cute. So as you can see, the question is, if his strength, Takahashi's the pet strength, become more than Y, then it will become less cute. So you have to find out the maximum experience it can gain without letting him evolve. What this means by this is, you don't want to evolve him, which means that if it evolves, then his strength will become greater than or equal to Y, which you do not want. So you want your strength to be just close to Y, but not like larger than Y. Just close, like less than Y, but not as close as possible, but less than Y. It should not be greater than or equal to Y, because if it's greater than or equal to Y, then it will overshoot or it will evolve, but we don't want that. But because we want it as close as Y, because as we go more close to Y, our experience will increase, because whatever we do in the gym, our experience will increase. Either it is in the like Kako gym or the headquarter gym. So we want the experience to be maximum, but at the same time we don't want the pet to be evolved. So how we can do that? Okay, so now the key thing in this is, see, I have to do some what you can say, in the first gym I can multiply my, so initially I have some X amount of X like strength. I can do some gym A type thing in which my multiply by A, so it will multiply sometimes with A, and then there is some X1 value, then I can add B times like a number of times B, and then it can reach Y, which is not Y, it's actually less than Y. Okay, now what is the order? First you want to say what is the order. Can I do first B first? Okay, so first I should go to the add quarter gym, because if I go to the add quarter gym, it will increase my strength, but if I go to the Kakum gym, it will multiply my strength. Okay, what do you think I should do first? See, if I go to the add quarter gym first, then so let's assume that my initial strength is 2. Okay, now if I and the add quarter gym increase my strength by 5, and the Kakum gym also multiply my strength by 5, let's assume. If I do only one time add quarter gym, my total value will become 7, because I do one time and my total value becomes 7, and then after doing one time gym at the add quarter, I will multiply this with 5, because then I will do the Kakum gym. So first I will do the add quarter gym, then I will do Kakum gym, so the total is 35. But if I first multiply my value, which means I first go to the Kakum gym, it will become 10, and then I will go to the add quota gym, so it will add, so it will become 15. So which is smaller. Smaller means that I can again do some more, because see, I want to go to the gym as much time as possible, because any time I go to gym my experience will increase, and thus this will become 35. Let's assume that my total value is 35 only. I want to get that my pet doesn't go above 35, so it's just fine. I just reach them in 2 steps. I can go to the first to this add quota gym, my power will increase by 5, and then I will go to Kaiko gym, so it will multiply by 5. But if I first use the Kaiko gym, it will multiply by 5, and then it will, then I go to the add quota gym, it will plus by 5, so it's 15 only. Then I can again do 5, so it's become 20, then 25. So I can go to a lot of time in gym, and my experience will increase as more and more. So I hope you get my point, and thus it is always beneficial to first, if I have some number, it is always beneficial to first multiply the things and then do the adding, because if I add first, then it will make the initial number very large, and thus if I multiply anything, the multiplication will have a very large effect in compared to if I have the multiplication first, because the first number is very small, I can multiply it and then do the adding. So it's very beneficial. So I hope you understand how we approach the problem. We first try to do the multiplication and then the addition, but how much multiplication? See, so now the constraint will come into play. As you can see, x and y is up to 10 to the power 18. So let's assume, and also a is up to 2. So let's take the smallest a, which is 2, and it's up to 10 to the power 18. If my initial value is 1 and I want to reach 10 to the power 18, then I have to increase my power 10 to the power 18 times, like I have to do something. But if I just do multiplication only, 1 multiplication, 2 multiplication, 3 multiplication, I will do this to the power n times, which is the smallest one. If I do larger than 1, it will be a very large time, but I will do the smallest one. And if I find out the value of this n, I can take log on both sides, it will be just around 60. And thus, if 2 to the power 60 is very close to 10 to the power 18. So it means that if I can do, I can do this, 60 is very small. So what I can do, I can take that, I can first multiply one time and then do all the addition. So I can just go to one time Kakum gym and then all that quota gym. Then I can do 2 times Kakum gym and all that quota, 3 times Kakum gym, all that quota. Because see, I have already told you, first do all the multiplication, because multiplication will be on the smaller number, and then do the all the addition, because in this way I can get a large chunk to do exercise or to the gyms, and thus it is very beneficial for me. So I can do, and because it is 60, in at most 60 step, I can reach from 2 till 2 to the power 18, or like 10 to the power 18, which is a very large number. So it means I don't have to check a very lot of numbers, and thus this technique works fine. So what I will do here is, see, I have given a number, let's assume x. I will first multiply this with a n times. Let's assume like I have reached n times, so I will multiply this with n times, and then it will lead out to some number x1. Then I have to reach y. I don't want to reach y, I have to reach y minus 1. So I have x1, I have reached till x1, I have do some a. So how many experience I will gain? I have, because if I have done n times a, n is the experience I have gained till now. Then how many experience I will gain more? I have to go from x1 till y1, like as close as y1. I should not go exceed y1. So how many times I will do? I will y1 1, this value, minus x1 divide by b, because see, now I have to add b every time. Like, so how many times I have to add? So it's just as you can see, if it's like m times I have to add b, it's just equal to this number, because I will add b and so on. So you just minus y minus 1 minus this x1 and divide by b. It will give you a number of how many times you will, like how many times I will have to divide this chunk, this value, and it will give you the second experience. And this is the total experience for one case, and you have to do just 60 times, and then you will get the answer. And I hope you get the point how I'm solving this problem. So I'll take on to the code part now. Just the thing here is, you have to just take over the, if you just don't overshoot or the overflows. So I'll tell you how I'll deal with this. Okay, so this is the code. As you can see, take the input of xy ab. Okay, first answer is 1. This is okay. Okay is the maximum value, or actually the maximum score or evaluation or experience cycle guild. So from 0 to 60 I've told you. And then okay, so first what I actually have to do, I have to find out how many times I have to do multiplication. Either I will not do multiplication at all, so I equals 0. So I have to find out the next number, which is x1. So I can either do multiplication every time. I can, because I have to do 2 multiplication, 3 multiplication, 4 multiplication. I can also do this every time. It's also inbound. You can do this in time. But I have actually take this like variable. So what I have done here is, like, if I store this value, because see, at the first time I will multiply 2. Second time I will multiply 2 2. I will multiply next time I will multiply 2 2 2. So I just store this value now, because next time I will just use this previous value, multiply this with 2, and just use this in x. Because in x, I have to take the x value, multiply with this value, and then x1 I will get, and from x1 I will reach to y1, my y1. So that's how I will get the new x1. This is w is x1. Then what I have to check here is, I should not go out of bound. If I go out of bound, if w becomes greater than or equal to y, because I will keep on adding. So x1, see, from x1 I will reach to y1, this value. But if I overshoot y, if like y is only up to like 100, and I will keep on multiplying x a, and if it goes beyond y, I should take care of that. So I will break at this point. Also, I have to take care that I should not over exceed, I should not overflow. So that's the case for this. What I'm actually doing here is, the next number should always be greater than the previous number. So in the very large numbers, it can happen that I should overflow. So I can use this technique to prevent that. And then the total number of like experience I will get is this. I have to maximize this with I times. I have done I times multiplication, so I plus this y minus 1 x divided by b, and I have to output this. Okay, and that's the answer. I hope you get the question, the gist of this problem. If you still have not mentioned down, I'll see you in the next one. Keep coding. Bye.